Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video we will be talking about Ghunna. So Bismillah, let's go ahead. In terms of learning outcomes and what you should be able to get out from this video, number one, you should be able to analyze the Sifat of Ghunna, that characteristic of Ghunna. What does it mean? What does a Sifat of Ghunna mean? And the second learning objective is to recognize that Ghunna has different lengths. So Bismillah, let's jump into the details. First, let's go back to makharij and let's talk about the makharaj of mim and noon. If you remember from that video, we spoke about mim and noon having two parts. We spoke about a part for example, in the mim, there's the lips, the mim comes from the lips, and there is an associated Ghunna. Now, so there is a completing part to the lips. We said the lips is the completed part of the makharaj, the completed part, and the nasal cavity, the Ghunna, is the completing part. And the same with the noon, from the tip of the tongue with what lies opposite to it from the upper palate. That's the part from the tongue, and then there's a completing part to it, and it's a Ghunna from the khayshum, from the nasal cavity. Now, that introduction is to say that Ghunna is a part of a letter. Is to say that what? Ghunna is a part of a letter. So when we talk about makharij, noon and mim, a part of the makharaj is the nasal cavity. And an important point to note is that with the mim and noon, there is always a Ghunna, because it's part of the letter. With the mim and noon, there is always a Ghunna. If it is sakin, if it is mutaharrik, if it has a shadda, if it has ikhfa, and so on and so forth. So there is always a Ghunna with mim and noon. Now let's take some examples to explain the Sifat of Ghunna now. If I wanted to say and if I wanted to say anna, now is the length of the Ghunna with an the same as anna? Clearly it's not. And what about another one? Man ya'mal, is the length of the Ghunna here in man ya'mal the same as an? So the length of Ghunna is different. That's where we say characteristic of Ghunna. Characteristic is when we talk in terms of the length of the Ghunna when it comes to the letter mim and noon. So the characteristic is that the Ghunna is of different lengths depending on how the noon and mim come about in the word. And with the mim, a couple of examples. When we say an'amta, you hear the mim, there's a little Ghunna that comes from the nasal cavity. An'amta. However, if I say amma, there is a Ghunna here, but it's much longer than the mim in an'amta. So to summarize, we say that Ghunna is a characteristic of noon and mim if it has a sukoon or a haraka or idgham or combined or ikhfa. And the characteristic of Ghunna, the length of Ghunna changes or is of different lengths depending on what the word or where the noon and the mim come within the word. And to finish off where we started, to tie the ideas together, when we say makhraj, half of the makhraj of noon and mim is the khayshum, is a Ghunna from the khayshum, and the Sifah, the characteristic, is that this Ghunna can be of different lengths. The characteristic of Ghunna is that the Ghunna can be of different lengths. So let's revisit those learning objectives. The first was to analyze what Ghunna means, and we said that Ghunna comes with a mim and noon all the time, but the characteristic of Ghunna is the fact that it is of different length. And we will in the future talk more about what the length is exactly at which point, but for now we just wanted to define the fact that Ghunna as a characteristic has different lengths. We'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.